The different types of scholarships that are available for students who are trying to study abroad.
There are three types of scholarships. The first one is academic merit-based scholarships. The first thing they need to look at is the eligibility criteria. Do they make the cut? Do they have the GPA for it? So those scholarships are available to students who come from Commonwealth countries such as India.
Hi everyone, welcome to the second episode of Beyond Borders with Mancomp. Today we'll be talking about the topic Scholarship 101, and with us we have here today Mr. Rohit Sadish, the Marketing Director of Mancomp Overseas Education. Welcome to the show, sir. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So shall we jump into it?
Sure.
Okay. So can you start by explaining the different types of scholarships that are available for students who are trying to study abroad?
Okay. Predominantly, there are three types of scholarships. The first one is academic merit-based scholarships. The second one is performance-based scholarships for musicians, performance artists, people who are into sports. And then you have region-based scholarships, which are given to students who come from a certain country.
So what are some of the key factors that a student should consider when choosing a scholarship to apply for?
Okay, that's a very good question. The first thing they need to look at is the eligibility criteria. Do they make the cut? Do they have the GPA for it? Are they allowed to apply for the scholarship? Certain criteria need to be met, certain prerequisites need to be met. That is definitely number one. Number two would be looking at the scholarship details. Some scholarships only cover tuition fee, some might cover tuition fee and living cost. So you need to pick what's right for you. The third one being application requirement. So scholarships require certain documents, for example, personal statements, letter of recommendations. You got to check off all the boxes what the university is asking for. The last one would be having an application strategy, and according to me, this would be the most important step. Always go with a tailor-made approach. If you decide to replicate someone else's scholarship application, you won't stand a chance. So make your application as unique as possible. You need to showcase your skills to the person who will be evaluating your profile. So this will definitely give you an edge over others.
So are there any specific scholarships for students coming from like a certain country or region, and how can students identify these opportunities?
Okay. There is a scholarship called a Commonwealth scholarship. So those scholarships are available to students who come from Commonwealth countries such as India, UK and Australia. So let's say, assume that you're a student from India. You can go and study in Australia under a Commonwealth scholarship scheme. Of course, there is an elaborate process for this. And let's say that you are from a non-EU region, that is not non-European region, and you want to go and study in a university in Europe. You have something called the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. For USA, you have the Fulbright Scholar Program. And let's say you want to go and study in the UAE Ministry of Education has a scholarship as well. So every region, almost every region has a scholarship to offer.
So what role do extracurricular activities play in scholarship eligibility for students?
Oh, it really plays a very important role. So gone are the days that universities just look at your academic merit while awarding you a scholarship. So what I would suggest kids to do is take part in community service and volunteering. So connect with the community, engage with the community, take up some volunteering activity because it really makes a difference and also gives you an edge. In fact, it's one of the most important factors to consider, and also put in your SOP and also give valid evidence that you have taken part in a community service, and it does really matter.
Can you explain the timeline for the scholarship applications? Like when should a student start looking for them, and when do they typically start to apply for it?
Sure. See, the best place to look this up would be the university website. So scholarship guidelines and timelines are given on the university website. But let's say you're looking to apply for an early bird scholarship. My most simple answer is sooner the better. Get that scholarship.
What are some of the common mistakes that students make while applying for scholarships, and how can they avoid the same?
Okay, the most common mistake that we see among students is applying for the wrong scholarship.
Okay.
So always ensure that you're applying for the right scholarship. This, as I mentioned, can be ensured by looking through the university website.
Websites, yeah.
Next, students become very hasty and they submit incomplete documentation.
Okay.
So this can look very bad during the evaluation of their application. And sometimes submitting an application too early can also be a problem. So not too early, not too late, somewhere right in the middle.
So can you share any success stories from the past students who have got scholarships through your consultancy?
Okay, off the top of my head, I can talk about three. The first one is a sports scholarship, which was got by one of our students, Mr. Aryan Shan Kumar, who was a pro golfer.
Okay.
So he got a 50% scholarship and he went on to study his bachelor's in business in the United States. The second student who I am reminded of is Ovia Saravanan from Chennai, and she completed her grade 12 and went on to pursue her BA in music at LaSalle College of the Arts. And we were able to assist her in getting a $12,000 performance scholarship from LaSalle. The third one is very close to us. We got the scholarship for Mr. Yugendran, again from Chennai, to go and study at Monash University in Australia, and that was a global leadership scholarship. So he had good academic merit, and also he had leadership qualities needed by world leaders, and that was a $15,000 scholarship.
So this brings us to the end of this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. Till then, bye.
Bye bye.